Hello everyone, nubkeks here. Welcome back to Nub Raids, where for the first time ever, look at that summoning portal. We have the brand new summon pool event over here on the right hand side. Prism Shard is active. And let's break it down here in today's video alongside some other news. Now, I am going to activate the Prism Shard once here today. If you go to the shop, there is for a whole week, and this event is up for a whole week, 30 Prism Crystals for free, which will give you 1.5 free summons. So let's claim that free gift, and we will use it here today. But before that, of course, Clan versus Clan is starting tomorrow. You get champions from doing this, so I'm pulling it here. You are welcome to pull as well for fun if you want to, but if you're a proper min-maxer, you should probably save it for Clan versus Clan in case you get a legendary, right? That legendary champion can be worth a lot here in Clan versus Clan, and it's personal rewards as well. By the way, I will be streaming this as usual, so around about the same time that this begins in game, I will be streaming right here on this YouTube channel, so you are more than welcome to come and hang out with me if you are interested. Deck of Fate event starts in 20 minutes as well. Worth noting, I don't see anywhere. I also have got random bit of hair, escape the man bun. I don't see any Prism Shards being part of this event, but stay tuned for that. I'll talk about this Spider Turn Attack tournament coming up in a second. That might have Prism Shards in there as well, because here's the thing. Apart from crystal offers right here, where you can buy them with real money, I'm not seeing any other ways to get these Prism Shards right now, but I'm expecting them to come from events. So let's take a look at it. So first of all, how does this work? Well, as you can see here, we activate the Prism Shard. It costs us 20 crystals to activate the shard, and we summon a champion. 3% chance for legendary, 37% for epic, and 60% for rare. This actually seems like a pretty good rate, actually, to be honest. There's a very good chance you're going to get the one of the epics, right? And the legendary chance isn't too bad either, but it's still pretty low. Most likely you get a rare, but I think you're going to, be hitting something a bit more interesting with the epics and legendaries somewhat frequently. For this particular one, the Nyrison summon pool, you can see that these are the champions. We've got, what's his name? Green Warden Ruark, King Galkabar, not Queen Elva, but just Elva, Autumnborn Michinaki, Lady Kimmy, Herndig, Brogni, Trunda, Kyoku. These are all actually, I'd say, excellent champions. Yeah, you've got a really nice mix here. Green Warden Ruark could be the weakest one for sure, but he does have some use in the brand new dungeon because he brings in Taunt and he can sort of tank the boss. Not amazing, but he can. So yeah, honestly though, we've got a really, really nice set of legendaries here. Very, very good. For the epics, got a big chunk of epics in here as well. So we've got Miss Rider Dahi, we've got Kunoichi, this guy whose name I forget, Burngiri, I think. Fenchi, this is the test to see how many names I remember. Fenchi, Geomancer, Creodan would be a big one. Creodan the Blue, he's a great freeze champion with like speed and AoE freeze and stuff like that. He'd be a pretty nice one to get, actually. Could be cool for Fire Knight Hard alongside Newt and Ally Attack and all of that. Kellen the Shrike, Canelia. It's sort of a mix between Shadowkin, few dwarves, and yeah, the Sylvan Watchers. It's the Nyrison, of course it is. I was thinking it was just going to be Sylvan Watchers, but it's a mix of all the Nyrison factions. Hitatsu, we've got Taragi the Frog, Grizzled Jarl, we've got Ruella, Myceliac Priest Orn, Bodbar the Bard, and we've got Melga in there as well. And we've got the rares in too. The rares are really meh. There's nothing exciting there about the rares. One thing to note, we don't have, cheeky, we don't have the fusion rares in there. So Raid was like, will we give you one last chance to get a rare you might have missed? No, haha, suck it. No rares for you. You can have the old rares, but nothing for this fusion. Ha. So thanks for that, Raid. Appreciate it. But hey, it is what it is. Let's look at this quickly as well before we pull. But the Prism offers 20 crystals. That is how much it is needed to click one of these. Would cost you $5 US. To put it in context, right? These are broadly speaking the prices. Ancient Shard is typically sold for about $1.20. Void Shards for $2.50. Sacreds for $20. So Prism at $5 is roughly equal to about 4 Ancient Shards, 2 Void Shards, equal 1 Prism Crystal, or a quarter of a Sacred Shard. Be roughly speaking the value of this Prism Crystal activating at one time, roughly speaking. So it's kind of interesting, you know? Like if you take an ancient shard, if you pull it in 2x ancients, you're going to get 4 pulls, 4 ancient shards in a 2x ancients. You get 4 pulls of 16% chance for epic and 1% chance for legendary, compared to 1 pull with 3% legendary and 37% epic. So it is relatively similar in terms of how good it is. Like, it's relatively similar to that sort of ancient shard level and stuff like that. Let's pull it. Let's see how it looks. It looks basically the same. We got an epic. Hey, is that somewhat lucky? We got Krita and the blue. Hey, okay. Well, that's actually worked really well for me. If I turn me off, wow, me off for a second, you can see the visual right there in the bottom corner. But, well, that's great for me. He would definitely be my most wanted. And again, I slightly regret not pulling it tomorrow now, because he would have been a new epic for CBC. Would have been a few points. Not a big deal, but there you go. In fact, looking at these epics, I've got everything except for him. So don't expect your pulls to always be that lucky. I've just been on a luck roll recently. Yeah, look, let me know. What do you think about this? What do you think? I think for me, a lot of it is going to depend on how easy it is to get some of these crystals. I'm expecting it not very easy. Again, when you consider it, right? 1 pull of the Prism Shards, 1 activation is equal to 4 Ancients, 2 Voids, or a quarter of a Sacred. Consider the typical events that Raid runs. How often are they running events where it's easy to get 2 Void Shards, where it's easy to get 4 Ancients, where it's easy to get a quarter of a Sacred? Not very often. So I would actually expect it's going to be relatively intensive to get these Prism Crystals, but we will see. Certainly don't expect to be coming in and having like 50 pulls to this Prism Shard. It's not going to happen, right? Not going to happen. And a big thing to note as well, in case you guys didn't know, let me remove me so you can see exactly. Unused Prism Crystals will be used automatically after the event ends. Okay, so very simple, right? Once this event comes to an end, it will automatically summon everything and send it to your inbox. If you only have like 10 left, it can't summon them, so you can carry over, I suppose, up to 19 of these crystals you could carry over, because it can't activate the shard for that. But that's not very much. I don't think it really makes difference. Basically, effectively, what this means is that these Prism Crystals, you earn them and spend them all within this. Looks like it's going to be about, it's slightly over 1 week. A 1 week event is how it's going to work. And presumably future ones will work like this. Will they always be 1 week long? I don't know. Maybe not. But it's sort of like earn them and spend them within the one event. There isn't really very much to do in terms of carrying stuff over. It summons them automatically. Another thing to note, like you can see it sort of rotating through the colors here. Like it does go to that Void Shard purple. There are no Void champions in this particular set of Prism Crystal pulls, but there's no reason that this couldn't be Void champions at some point, and that could be very, very hype whenever that comes around. A big Void summon event, imagine with 3%, etc. Obviously, they probably make those crystals maybe a bit harder to get for that one, but yeah, that's something that could be very, very exciting for people when it comes around. But yeah, I genuinely feel like this is a pretty fun event. I think it's quite cool. It's a little bit different, but you have to go in with that expectation that you're not going to get to pull it very often, and so on. We've got a Spider Turn Attack coming out. This might give you some Prism Crystals. I'll just briefly show you my Spider team that I am running. And once again, bearing in mind, this stuff is going to be overlapping with clan versus clan. So this is my Spider team. Pretty straightforward in how it works. I've done videos on this before, but just to show you. So we come in, we have Cold Heart. You could use Newt, be the fastest, do an enemy max HP hit. Then we have an AoE burn. He can't be resisted, so it's perfect. Sissia explodes them. Then we've got Artak comes in, explodes again. Royal Guard max HP hit, and bam, 5 turns for Spider Hard stage 10. Great stuff. So for me, this is pretty much in the bag. Well, previous fusion, but it was a while ago now. It's obviously Cold Heart, Artak, and Royal Guard are easy to get. Getting Sissia is a bit tricky, but you could use a different burn exploder. So basically, so long as you've got an AoE burner and a burn exploder to go alongside Artak, you can make a composition like this work, which is kind of insane. Artak has made this very accessible. Without Artak, you'd have to have pulled 2 burn exploders, which is quite difficult. But yeah, that is something to know. I don't know why it keeps giving me a red dot in events. Oh, do I have something in the champion training event? No, I don't. Why is there a red dot that won't go away? Is there something hidden? A hidden event? I don't know. Deck of Fate. Possibly there's Prism things in the Deck of Fate. Double check. I don't think there's any here for this. Prism Shards. No, but I mean, if this event is a hit, you could see Prism Shards pop up as rewards in different places. That's basically everything I've got for this video, guys. Yeah, the Nyrison summon pool. Again, it's up for 1 week, so take your time. Smartest thing to do is to summon during clan versus clan, of course. It's a really nice pool of legendaries, and you've got some really good epics in there. The Geomancer, the Creodan, Taragi the Frog, Melga, very high priority epics. Dahi, Mistrider Dahi, very good ones that people be very happy to get. So yeah, I wish you luck with your free pull, and I'll see you all next time. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.